Hello guys and welcome back to Reading Reddit. Today's episode of Entitled Parents, we're reading a story called Dealt with an EK and his mum today. This story is by Aldane. Let's get started guys. Cast, EK, entitled kid. EM, entitled mum. Me, Shrek. On to the story. So I was riding on the bus on my way back from my mum's house. Pretty far, around 30 minutes away plus bus stops. And I realized one of my contact lenses feels strange, so I get it out by flipping my eyelid, and then I hear a scream by the kid in the seat in front of me. The conversation goes as I remember. EK screams, "Mom, look! That guy did something weird with his eyelid." EM, what are you talking about? EK, look! Both stare at me while I put my contact lens back in. EM, excuse me, what do you think you're doing? Me, I'm putting my contact lens on. EM, can you do that outside, please? Me, why? EM, because you're putting on your lens and it's going to traumatize my child. Me, ma'am, I would kindly take your suggestion, but I can't. If I do it outside, something might go in the contact lens without me knowing. And what happens with my eye will be infected. EM, my child's sanity is more important than your sight. What? Bus driver / BD joins the cast. Bus driver, ma'am, please leave the boy alone. He's just trying to put his contact lens back on. EM, who cares? His demonic acts are going to traumatize my child. The child looks 8 to 9 years old, so I don't think he's traumatized by a kid flipping your eyelid inside out. EM, give me those so I can throw them in the garbage. Me, no, I use those to see, and if I lose them, I'll have to buy new ones, which I don't have money for. EK snatches one of my lenses as I was trying to put them on, and the gremlin fingernail pokes my eye. Me, ow, what the hell? EM, serves you right for doing demonic acts in front of my little angel. Little angel? Not kidding, that's what she actually said. Also, demonic? Can't a guy put his damn contact lenses in without being hassled by a mum and her kid? I stand up and try and take back my lens, but she throws it on the ground. Me, why? Why did you do that? What the hell is your problem? EM, shut the hell up, you little C. EM shoves me and I fall on the ground. Bus driver, ma'am, please leave the boy alone. The EM stomps on the ground and I hear a small crunch sound. Me, no, what the hell is your deal, woman? EM smirking, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to. I've just about had it with this woman. I stand up and slap her. Sorry if you guys get mad for slapping a woman, but it was self-defense anyway. EM literally recovers and guts me. I fall on the ground, writhing in pain. Bus driver, ma'am, if you don't get out, I will call the police. EM, who cares? You can't prove anything. EM stomps and realizes her mistake. There's security cameras. EM bolts out the door with her baked potato looking kid. I shout, somebody stop her, she broke my lens. A couple goes chasing after her and catches her before she crosses the street. BD calls the police and they come fast. The police ask me questions and then they ask the bus driver to show them the footage. They then handcuff the woman and they ask me if I want to press charges for her assault, slander, and destruction of private property. I do, and now she has to pay for the replacement of the broken contact lenses, about $100. The police also let me off with a warning after slapping her. As for the BD, well, I occasionally see him around town and we sometimes talk. Ah, the sweet taste of justice. The story is called Try to Steal My Dog? Deal with my brother instead. This story is by Lil Egg Zero. Let's get started. Okay, when I was around 14 years old, I had this dog named Hudson that meant the world to me. We would go everywhere together, and this time we were at the dog park with my older brother, Bro, who was 18 and was one of those rugby players that you don't want to mess with. He loved Hudson as much as I did. While we were walking around with Hudson, entitled mum, EM, and her entitled brat, EB, walked up to us. This is how the conversation went. EB, can I pet your dog? Me, sure, just be careful because he's a little scared. This dog was a rescue and he was abused before we got him. EB proceeds to pick up Hudson and walk towards EM. Me, hey, can you please bring Hudson back? I didn't like the conflict, so I tried to be calm. EB, Mummy, can I have this dog? Me, excuse me, ma'am? That is my dog. Can you please ask your child to put him down? EM, how about we buy him from you? I was in shock as this was happening, and Bro was just coming around the corner. Bro, hey, what's going on? EM notices my brother's big build and her face sinks a little. EB, we are buying this dog. Bro looks at me in question and I explain the situation. He looks at EM and starts to take Hudson from EB. Hudson was freaking out and was starting whimpering, trying to escape the 8-year-old's grip. EM, hey, you can't do that! EB proceeds to drop Hudson on a rock and ends up getting hurt. Not bad, like broken bone. Me, hey, that wasn't nice! EM, maybe if you wouldn't abuse your dog, he wouldn't be like that. I ask her what she means about abusing her. EM, I see all those scars on his back, you obviously hit him. Bro, we picked him up from a rescue. He was abused at his old house. Bro was keeping his calm for a while, but now he starts to get angry. Bro, please leave us alone. EM, why should we? We are going to protect this dog. EM proceeds to try and pick up Hudson and run, but only gets a few feet before Hudson jumps away. Bro starts full on sprinting for EM as EM picks up EB and starts running. Bro stops running and we finish playing with Hudson at the park. Afterwards, we go to Starbucks and get him one of those puppuccinos where they fill a bowl with whipped cream. Hudson died from cancer a few weeks ago and it reminded me of this story. We all miss him and he's in a better place now. The story is called EM Hits the Disabled Child I Babysit. This story is by Jacania, so let's get started. This story happened a couple of summers ago. I've been babysitting a sweet girl with Angel syndrome for a long time now to give her mum, who is a friend of mine, some alone time. Due to her condition, she is mentally and physically handicapped and uses a wheelchair. She bites and hits herself when she is stressed or unhappy, which is a very normal behaviour since she cannot express herself otherwise. She is happy and bubbly almost all the time, laughing a lot and playing with toddlers' toys. One day we went to a public pool, since she loves water and watching other children play. EM, entitled mother. EK, entitled kid. SG, sweet girl. The girl I babysit. I am not a native speaker, therefore the conversation is translated. We were at the public pool, minding our own business, and SG was having fun with me pouring water over her legs. She laughed a lot and chewed on one of her stuffed animals. A few of the other mums had made conversation and asked questions about her, which I gladly answered, and they made silly faces at her, which she loves. In came EM and EK. When they arrived, she already glared at us for no reason. I ignored them and continued to play with SG. After a while, EK, who was about 5 to 6 years old, came over and asked me about SG. I tried to explain it as simple as I could to her. She came close to SG and I warned her that SG sometimes likes to pull on hair if your head is very close to her. But she does not know any better. She thinks this is fun and does not understand that it hurts other people. You have to be very close to her though in order to reach your hair. Closer than you would normally have to go up to someone you would not know. EK ignored me and moved closer with her head to look at SG's toy. Of course, SG stretched out her arm and pulled her hair, happy to play with someone else's. SG can have a rather tight grip if she wants something. EK cried immediately. I tried to open SG's hand carefully so neither of the girls gets hurt any further. EK was crying her eyes out and shouting for her mum, who ran towards us with fury in her eyes. EM, what did your child do to my daughter? You can't discipline a moronic child. Me, I'm very sorry, she doesn't know any better. I warned your daughter not to go close to SG with her head. EM, you and your psycho child should be kicked out. I'm going to call the police for assault. You're a terrible parent. Me, again, I'm very sorry, she did not mean to hurt your daughter, but then she slapped SG's arm pretty hard and said, don't you ever hurt my daughter again. I was shocked, and so were the other mums around me, who had witnessed everything. I tried to step in between SG and EK and simultaneously console SG, who did not understand the situation, and began biting her arm. I was at a loss for words, not thinking too clearly, and overwhelmed with the whole situation. I'm not the confrontational type, and I have never been in a situation like this before. Me, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Can't you see she doesn't understand? I said I was sorry. EM, if you can't discipline your child, then someone has to do it for you. Look, she's clearly dangerous. She's biting herself. That is not normal. Put her in a home or an asylum or something like that. Me, listen, I'm just babysitting her. And you never hit a child, neither your own nor someone else's. What kind of person does that? EM did not like that, what I said. EM, your child hurt my daughter. I have every right to defend her. She kept shouting and insulting the two of us. EK then took SG's toy and hid it behind her mother, distracting me for a second. She kept going on about my bad parenting. clearly not listening to me. Me, turning to EK, please give SG her toy back, it's her favourite. The EM just scoffed at us and told me they would take it because SG hurt her daughter, and therefore had to give EK the toy as compensation. At that moment, a lifeguard came up to us because one of the mums had gone to look for someone. Before he could ask anything, the EM started to shout, "You have to kick them out, her daughter assaulted my child. She's clearly out of her mind. I want the police to be called and the two of them to be arrested. She clearly can't take care of her daughter." The mum, who had found him, interjected. She warned EK not to go too close and she ignored the warning. SG only pulled on EK's hair and did not assault your daughter. This is the reason he hit a girl. The other mums agreed and they're on my side. The lifeguard was very nice and told the EM to leave us alone and he would not call the police to arrest a disabled girl. EM did not like this and started to shout at him. He told her to either calm down or she would be asked to leave the premises. EM saw that no one was on her side, so she took her child, went back to her things and packed. One of the other mums went up to her and retrieved SG's toy. EM and EK left soon after and the mums apologised for the whole ordeal, even though it was not their fault. I was still in shock after this whole situation and it took some time to really console SG. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode. Make sure you leave a like, a comment down below, and if you like daily Reddit content, make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for watching and we'll see you tomorrow with more daily Reddit content.